What's up, my beautiful people? Welcome back to another episode of SUNIL for you, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, my hair's fucked up. Let me clear that. Well, today you're gonna be learning everything that you need to know about the 2016, specifically Ducati Monster 795, ladies and gentlemen. And what other models did they release in the year 2016 for the specific Monster, ladies and gentlemen. And we will also learn about what are the advantages as well as the disadvantages of owning as well as riding this beautiful motorcycle, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to tell you some tips and tricks along the way on how you can ride both in the city as well as in the highway, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm going to be learning so many things about this motorcycle, and still I'm also going to give you what and all I did since I bought this motorcycle, ladies and gentlemen. It's been 6 months since I bought this motorcycle. If you have not yet seen both of my first ride review as well as the Ducati Monster cinematic montages, I'll leave a link in the description below for both of the videos, as well as it will appear on the top card right now as well as on the end screen, ladies and gentlemen. So catch you guys on the GoPro. Hey, hello ladies and gentlemen, what's on the agenda today? Well, today we are going to be checking out what are the advantages as well as disadvantages of owning a leader class motorcycle like this one, ladies and gentlemen. So this is my very own Ducati 795 Monster, which is a 2016 model, an imported and a rare piece, ladies and gentlemen. But before going into that, a little bit of history behind the Ducati Monster lineup, ladies and gentlemen, and why this Monster is considered to be one of the rarer motorcycles among the Ducati group, ladies and gentlemen. So first and foremost, the Monster came into play way back in the 90s and 80s, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure about the years, but the Ducati Monster has always been the bread and butter of the Ducati group of companies, as this was the saving grace when Ducati was almost going to be bankrupt, ladies and gentlemen. And
this too, ladies and gentlemen, was not a specific motorcycle, designed in a lab or designed in a wind tunnel, ladies and gentlemen. It was just a fluke as well as a God's luck, ladies and gentlemen, on how this motorcycle became what it is today, ladies and gentlemen. It was a mix of different motorcycles at that time, something like a Ducati 916 SS, or well as the Super Sport SS of that era, ladies and gentlemen. It was a mix of parts between all of these motorcycles, and what they created is a goddamn monster, ladies and gentlemen. That's why the monster came into the lineup. Even though they dwelled into the monster lineup way back in the 80s with all of the 400cc's, 600s, there was even a 250cc lineup, ladies and gentlemen. But from that, they choose the 800 as well as the 900 and the 1200, ladies and gentlemen. That's what they stuck to till today, ladies and gentlemen. And why this monster is more specific, considering it was a 2016 model, as well as considering the entire Ducati lineup of monsters, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, this was the year when Ducati started selling the motorcycles of other countries, ladies and gentlemen. The third world countries, specifically for the Asian markets such as Japan, China, Malaysia, Singapore, as well as India, ladies and gentlemen. But here's the biggest point of that. Ducati decided to lower the cost of the motorcycle, lower the ride height, as well as lower the cc's compared to that of the Ducati 800 or even the 1200, ladies and gentlemen, and that's why they named it as 795. But here's the best part about it, ladies and gentlemen. Even though they did reduce this cc's as well as the height and the price, they did not compromise with the bike's original monster feel, ladies and gentlemen. And this was the first and ever last motorcycle to be introduced to the public without any of the electric gizmos like we have in the 2020s and the 2024 lineup of monsters, ladies and gentlemen. One thing is good about the 2024 Ducati Monster is that it's sleek as well as it's slim compared, and it's a weight reduction, ladies and gentlemen, compared to the older motorcycles, which was all PC. They didn't have any of the electronic gadgets that we have today. And this is, the Ducati Monster 795 is also one of them. So this Ducati Monster that I specifically own, the 795, has a long history on how it became, one of my motorcycles, ladies and gentlemen, and how I searched for this motorcycle for the entirety of 3 years, and how I got my hands on one. But that's a separate video, ladies and gentlemen. I need to sit down and make proper video on how I got this exact motorcycle. Where from did I get this motorcycle, ladies and gentlemen? This is actually a god's luck that this actually came into my hands. Ownership into my hands. So before that, let me tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of the most scared piece of monster motorcycles among even the biggest Ducati riders, ladies and gentlemen. This motorcycle is not for the faint-hearted, because even though it's a 795 model, ladies and gentlemen, it still got an 800cc motorcycle. It's a 2-cylinder motorcycle producing right around 40 to 50 bhp, ladies and gentlemen. And even though the torque figures are up on the point, this doesn't have electric gizmos like the ABS track. It does have ABS, but still, you know how efficient they are in terms of 2024 ABS. But this is a 2016 ABS. This is when they started developing the ABS, so the ABS was not up to point. Let's say it's the generation 1.0, ladies and gentlemen. So this doesn't have ABS, traction control, wheelie control, or any of the beautiful gizmos that the 2024 Ducati has, ladies and gentlemen. This is the rare as well as most frightening as well as most toughest to ride of them all, ladies and gentlemen. Why did I buy this, and how I am maintaining it? Well, it's difficult to say that, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a tough choice. It's been a love-hate relationship with this motorcycle. But the few things that I learned about owning a super bike like this one, ladies and gentlemen, is that super bikes will always give you problems, ladies and gentlemen. It's an 800cc motorcycle, 800 or 1000cc motorcycle, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna give you problems for sure, because it has a lot of moving parts, and a lot of moving parts that are operating at high temperatures and high speeds, ladies and gentlemen. So it's gonna give you some parts. So if you're if you are into the market and you are able to spend that kind of money to take care of this motorcycles, you can buy any motorcycle, ladies and gentlemen. So that's the first disadvantage that I wanted to tell you about this motorcycle, ladies and gentlemen. The number two disadvantage of this motorcycle particularly, ladies and gentlemen, brand Ducati, is that the parts as well as the availability of parts as well as the service, considering that I'm living in CBE, it's a little bit difficult to come by, ladies and gentlemen, because the factories are not that much of known here in Coimbatore, as well as the service centers are not yet established. So even though I have a Ducati Monster, I have to take it almost, let's say, about 500 kilometers odd or so to get it serviced or get any of the parts done, ladies and gentlemen. Well, most of the parts can be replaced here locally with your local mechanic who knows a little bit about super bikes and stuff, but most of the time it's a little bit difficult, ladies and gentlemen. So that's the number two disadvantage of this, ladies and gentlemen. Number third on the disadvantage list is gonna be city traffic and heat, ladies and gentlemen. Every single 800 to 1000cc motorcycle on this goddamn planet, ladies and gentlemen, is a heat machine, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to ride this motorcycle in a town, for God's sake, ladies and gentlemen, do not take this motorcycle on a city congested area during the peak hours of office times, ladies and gentlemen. I'm swearing right now, ladies and gentlemen, you will feel the heat for sure. This bike emits heat around 80 to 90 degrees Celsius and almost to 100 sometimes, ladies and gentlemen. Although this, considering other brands which I have driven, such as the Kawasaki Ninjas or even the BMWs, ladies and gentlemen, considering that motorcycle, Ducati has a nice evaporation system for the heat to dissipate without hitting your legs or your other parts of your body. Still, it's not that much manageable, ladies and gentlemen. So if you want to take this out on a city ride, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you're taking it early in the morning or during the late at night, ladies and gentlemen. And always remember, ladies and gentlemen, no speeding, no rash driving, as well as do not ever disturb the public. Always wear safety gears while you're riding, ladies and gentlemen. That's the first point I wanted to make out. And if you do want to do any of the hooligan stuff, like you see normal people doing, please do not do it in a public road, ladies and gentlemen. You have a beautiful track right now. Just pay amount and do all of the hooligan stuff on the track, ladies and gentlemen. So with that said, number 4 on the disadvantage list is gonna be the insurance covers, ladies and gentlemen. Insurance on this motorcycle, considering every single motorcycle on this planet, is a little bit high, ladies and gentlemen, and this too is going to be the same, ladies and gentlemen. Then most of the insurance companies here in Coimbatore are not into super bikes mostly, and they do not support higher end CCs above 500, so it's a little bit difficult to come. So that's one thing, ladies and gentlemen. So enough of the disadvantages, ladies and gentlemen. These are all the disadvantages, nothing else, ladies and gentlemen. Now stepping on to the advantages of this motorcycle, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, pride, ladies and gentlemen. What can I say? It's a Ducati, for God's sake. Everybody is gonna turn around. It's a head turner for sure, ladies and gentlemen. And if you take care of it, ladies and gentlemen, this bike is gonna last you longer than you and I are gonna live on this planet, ladies and gentlemen. So that's the beautiful thing about this beautiful motorcycle, ladies and gentlemen. Number 2 advantage of this of owning a motorcycle, you get to be involved in certain kind of a motorcycle group that is only they are only applicable to that who has a certain type of motorcycle, ladies and gentlemen. Example for sure, in Coimbatore we do got a group called Super Bikes of CBE, and that group is exclusively for people who own only super bikes, ladies and gentlemen, whether it be a Kawasaki, BMW, or even Ducati for sure, ladies and gentlemen. But if you do have it, then only they're gonna join you, ladies and gentlemen. That's one thing. Number 3 is gonna be, you can do a lot of stuff and you can get into a lot of stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Not the bad one, ladies and gentlemen, but the good one, right? You can get into a lot of racing clubs if you do got this motorcycle. You can get into many motorcycle companies and do reviews for them. You can your life is gonna get something more beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, a wise man once said to me about owning both vintage or even a super bike or even any kind of motorcycle or even a car, ladies and gentlemen. Ride it, just don't abuse it, ladies and gentlemen. With that said, catch you guys back at home. Ladies and gentlemen,
Hope you like this video. Hope this video was informative. If so, you know what to do, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, turn on that bell notification, ladies and gentlemen. And please do follow me on all the social. Links are down in the description below. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care and peace.